Good morning to you. Well, I've just been whipping my light switch off and the light fitting for the plasterer. It'll be turning up in a couple of hours. I was hoping there was going to be enough loose wire in the ceiling to be able to just pull the fittings down, but that did not turn out to be the case. Could probably get away with the pull cord for the light switch, but I'm thinking I might buy a new light switch. It's all going to be new. That looks so loose, you can tell it's been up there a few years. These are quite fiddly, they're normally quite tight, so trying to get into the wiring can be a little bit awkward. So my advice on this is do what I've done. It'll be quite straightforward, but you know, it's like if you've got a memory like me, you can easily forget. So my advice would be take a picture before you undo the wires, and then you'll know where you stand when you go back. So on this one, that second one in from the left had the red wire, and the second in from the right had the two neutral wires in that one. So not too complicated, but one of them you might just forget, so you might as well play safe. So I'm all ready for the plasterer turning up. So I think about 1 o'clock he's coming. He was coming first thing, but he's got another job to finish off this morning. So I didn't mind actually give me a little bit of time to sort one or two other little things out. Right, catch up with you later. That's the plasterer just finished. This will show up well on the camera or not, but he has done a very good job. That is about as smooth as you could possibly get those. Definitely looks a hell of a lot better than when you've got wallpaper up, even if you do a nice job of putting it up. Very pleased with that. And I've just booked him up for next Saturday. I am having the whole bathroom done, so, and good price, £120 to do the whole bathroom. Can't grumble at that. If he does as good a job as he's done on there, then that'll make the world of difference to the place looking that bit nicer, all plastered rather than just making do with lining paper. So hopefully this will all last a good few years when it's done. I'll just have to think wisely about colour schemes and that. That's where you need the designers, I suppose, figuring out the colour patterns and what have you. But either way, whatever I go with, it's going to look 100 times better than it used to. So, catch you later. Right guys, back again. All I'm doing today is taking the toilet system off, basically just to have a good clean behind it, get what papers behind there, generally get all round the back of it ready for when the plasterer comes, and sort of tidy up where I can, and basically just getting everything, make sure I've got no problem taking this apart, because the day the plasterer comes I'm going to take the toilet and the sink out to make life easier for him, and I'll be taking it out at the time when I sort the floor out, so we don't have to mess about cutting round the system and the sink. So I'll just sort of show you quickly how to take one of these close coupled toilets apart, if you ever want to. They're not that difficult to take apart. So if you take the lid off the toilet, you'll normally find you'll have two screws that are screwing it to the wall. So first thing you need to do, flush the toilet. I've just used a little bowl to scoop out the worst of the water. There's only a small amount left in the bottom now, so you don't have to take anything apart that's actually inside the toilet. So once you've done that, you just come underneath. I've already loosened these off just to speed things up and make it a little bit easier while I'm filming. So you just get a spanner. This is the pipe that feeds the water to your toilet. So first, before you flushed it, just turn, hopefully you've got an isolation valve. If not, you'll have to turn the main stopcock coming into the house to do that, but you've got one of these on it, you can turn that off, and that's just switching the water off to the toilet and nothing else. So So once you've done that, empty your tank out, just get a spanner on this big nut, undo that, so that's your disconnecting the water supply, so that's that off. And on both sides, sometimes it's a normal nut, 9 times out of 10 you'll find it's these little steel ring nuts. That's what's actually holding the tank to the bottom of the toilet. That's just looks like a rubber washer and a metal washer there. It's probably just stuck to the bottom with the pressure being on it. So drop that off on the one side. You can see that there. You'll find another one on this side. Drop that one off, and then it should, hopefully, just very simply, lift off, all being well. And side here. So now what you've got to do basically, just grab hold of the system, give it a bit of a wiggle. That pulled off, no problem whatsoever. See what water you've got left in the bottom down the toilet now. Base of that looks like that plate on the bottom, that's what holds your flush system in, and that one on the bottom, that's your inlet valve that we took the pipe off. So that's pretty straightforward. So that's one of them jobs you might think is quite complicated, in actual fact it's very simple to do. There's a rubber seal on the base of that forms around there. That's what gives you your watertight seal when you flush the system, and that's the 2 holes for the nuts that were holding it on. So not complicated at all. And if you wanted to remove the pan, you'll normally find a screw either side as well. That's what's screwing it into the floor. And once you've got them out, the pan would be loose. Then it'd just be a case of, you can either pull up there, pull the pipe clean out the soil pipe itself, or if you're just changing the toilet, you just basically pull it that way whilst just holding on to that a bit, and that's just got a rubber seal around there again to give you a watertight seal. So literally just pull on it, it'll pull clean out of there. So just thought I'd show you that while I was doing it. So the main thing I'm doing, I'm just having a clean up here and get what I can done, get it in reasonable condition for when the plasterer comes next weekend. And I say I will do the same again when we sort the floor out. Then there'll be no dodgy joins anyway. So just a quick one. Catch you later. Okay, moving on to the sink now. I might as well show you how that works as well, taking that apart. Again, it's not as complicated as you might think. Now my sink has 2 screws screwing it to the wall. So you just look underneath, you've got a screw there, and same again on the other side. So that's all that actually screws it to the wall, and obviously it's sitting on the pedestal, this particular type of toilet. So got your tap on top. Just find my torch here. And it will come underneath the sink. There you go. You'll see the top of the water pipe. So that's you can see this okay. Right. That's the nut going underneath the to the bottom of your tap. So again, I've undone this just to make things easier. So they're a little bit fiddly to get to because they're in a bit of a tight space. So you'd undo that, you were just undoing your tap, you were taking your tap off for some reason, then you got that big black nut at the top, that's just a plastic nut. You would need to undo that as well. Now that is a very awkward job to do if you haven't got the proper tool for it. I mean, depending on your toilet you might be able to get up there, but you can imagine trying to get up there with a normal spanner is going to be a bit tight. So these sort of bend so you can slot it up there. Now, sit you down here. So with these it makes it very easy to sort of pop up there. And the way they work, this one's a little bit spring loaded. So you imagine that's the nut, you would hook it over the nut, and as you're turning, that's tightening against my finger. And when you're doing them back up the way it would work, you flip it over so it works in reverse, and then obviously you're turning to tighten again now. So that's a very handy tool. So if you've just taken the taps off, you don't do that black nut and you can just literally lift it off, but I am actually going to drop the whole sink off here, so I'll grab hold of that. You got your pipes either side, so get both of them off, and then again. Again, one thing there, I haven't undone these. The big nut there, that's obviously your plug hole. So that's just a plastic nut. Alright, now we should come off. Right. There's quite a bit of weight in them sinks, so that's what you would take if you were changing your plug hole system. Undo that nut, the whole thing would pull out. That's just some plumber's putty I put on, as well as the rubber washer that comes with them, just to make certain it wasn't going to leak. And there you have your two pipes. And that trick I showed you the other day with the fibre washer and the 5p piece, that's a little fibre washer you can just see there. So if you ever change your taps, when you put them back on, make sure you haven't kind of knocked that out by mistake. I almost done it when I changed my back ones. I was just about to throw the tap in the bin because all the gunge that was on the bottom, and that being a kind of browny colour, I almost didn't see it. It looked like it was just gunge on the bottom. So if I hadn't spotted that at the last second, I'd put the new tap on, assuming that washer was in the top of the pipe, then that would definitely leak when you turn your water supply back on. So make sure you don't make that mistake. So that's where you connect back onto the base of the plug. So again, sinks not that complicated if you want to pull it apart to do something with it, or you want to change it. Right, I shall get on with the cleaning up process. Catch you later.